Hello folks, welcome. Narendra from Sanatana Yoga Academy again. Today I am going to introduce to you walking with one-pointed concentration. Some people call this walking meditation. I don't want to use the word meditation because, as I have said before in my previous videos, to call something a practice or process as meditation, you need a meditator such as me or you, and then you need an object of meditation, and then during the process of meditation you have to merge the object of meditation and the meditator. But here we are not doing that. We are only going to walk with the mind fully focused on walking and nothing else. You see, often when we walk from point A to point B, right now I am in my yoga room in my house, my home studio. I might be walking from here to the grounds, which is about 1.5 kilometers. My body and my legs might take me to the grounds, but while my body is going on the journey from home to the grounds for my usual sprints, my mind might be on a separate journey, completely unaware that I am walking, thinking of what to do for dinner, what to do tomorrow and next week. So they are not in sync. That is not one-pointed concentration. That's what I am highlighting. So now I want you to walk with full concentration, or if I may use the traditional words, I want you to walk with complete dharana. So now the question arises, when I walk, there are many of my body parts moving. My hands are moving, my feet are moving, and so is my mind. Earlier when we sat and kept the mind and its awareness on the tip of your nostril, we told the mind to watch the breath. So in this walking practice with one-pointed concentration, to start with, I want your mind to be focused on your feet, not your eyes. Your eyes are obviously looking ahead in front of you along the footpath, looking for snakes or banana peels that you might slip on, but your mind is on your feet. So I am going to go backwards. I am going to start and see how you feel. Okay, so now as I am about to start my walking, I become aware of my right foot and my left foot, and my mind is now arrives at my right foot, and as I put my right foot forward, my mind is aware fully because my mind is on my right foot. Then my mind observes my left foot coming forward and again my right foot. That alone is not enough. I want you to now observe with your mind carefully how the feet comes in contact with the floor. As my left foot comes forward, I can feel my left heel striking the floor, and then slowly the ball of my left foot comes to the floor. My right foot is just lifting up onto my toes, and then my right foot comes forward with my right heel striking the floor, and my entire right foot comes onto the floor, and so forth. Okay, so I am going to let you see a reverse pose. I am walking, you can see my heel striking the floor, and then my foot coming flat on the floor, and I am going slowly. You don't walk at your normal pace, you walk very slowly, and that's why in the beginning do it inside the house and keep walking with your mind entirely on your feet. You can feel your right foot hitting the floor on the heel, then your left foot hitting the floor on the heel, and then it comes flat and you propel yourself forward. Don't even move your mind to your thighs or your hands, only your feet, and then I turn back. You can do this in the garden too. Now I want you to also be aware of your surroundings, but don't let your mind get distracted. If at any point your mind gets bored and said, oh, what's this, why are we doing this, I want to go somewhere else, as you did in the past practices, just drag the mind back gently to your feet and keep walking slowly, steadily, watching your feet hitting the floor. If you wish, you can also explore the sensations on your feet, like now my left foot is hitting the floor and then it comes fully flat. I can feel the sensation in my arches and perhaps even my bones. So that is what I would call walking with dharana or one-pointed concentration. Some people might call this mindful walking. Whatever it is, the bottom line is the mind is only engaged in observing the walking. Not thinking of buying the newspaper or going home to cook a meal, nothing, just here. And every time the mind wanders away from your foot or feet, bring it back to where it belongs. I want you to do this practice every day for 15 minutes. Okay? You could even go in reverse. As I go in reverse, you can see my right foot, right toes touching the floor, and then I go backwards, my right heel comes to the floor, and the same thing with my left. You could do it in reverse too, as long as your mind is always observing what's happening at the feet and how you're walking. For the first 1 or 2 weeks, I want you to do it at a slow pace, much slower than your normal walking pace, and that's why I recommend doing this in your own backyard or home. So people don't think that you're becoming invalid and you're walking like you're recovering from a stroke or something. So do this, and as you do this walking practice for 1 week or so, then you could start walking slightly at a faster pace, but still keeping your mind fully focused on your feet, right? And how quickly you can adapt to that increased pace is up to you. Now, I normally walk or jog lightly up to the grounds, which is 1.5 kilometers away, and in the grounds after a couple of rounds I sprint very hard at my 100%, partly for cardio fitness. But when I do that, even at my fastest sprint, which is not very fast considering my age, I can feel my right leg coming forward and my left leg coming forward. I'll do that in a short spurt here now. So I'm sprinting, but I can feel how my feet moving forward and how it is landing. When I'm sprinting, I'm not landing on my heels, I'm landing on the ball of my feet, and then springing forward for the next step. I can completely keep track of it, and I do this. I do this as a dharana practice as well as my cardio practice. I want you to do this. I was going to film this video in my backyard garden, but because it started raining, which it's a winter afternoon here in Perth in Australia, I decided to do it in the room. So this is walking meditation. So you might have been walking for a variety of reasons. Maybe you are walking because you have to fulfill your 10,000 steps a day, or you're just walking for relaxation. For whatever reason you're walking, you do it this way. You might have thought that, well, I walk every day, what's the big deal with this particular way of walking? You try it, keeping your mind on your feet and walking completely with dharana, with one-pointed concentration, knowing where your feet's heading and which part of your foot is landing on the floor, whether you're walking slowly or running fast, okay? And do this for a couple of weeks. Once you do this, you can take a walk in your neighborhood or in your backyard, and let us say you see the beautiful rose bushes flowering in your neighbor's garden. If you want, you can stop and mindfully, with full focus, observe the rose bushes. Watch carefully with full focus the bees crawling on the rose flowers, how they gather the honey and fly off to the next flower. Do that. And then bring your mind back to your feet and continue with the walk. So whatever you do during your walk, or when you stop the walk to observe something, do it with 100% concentration. And enjoy the beauty of the rose, the beauty of the honey, bee collecting honey, and then come back to your feet and walking. This is walking meditation, walking with concentration. And as you practice this, you will actually see this can also migrate into any aspect of your life. So this is why I have given you walking with concentration practice walks. Please enjoy it. And always share your experiences, ask your questions to me on my email, which you can see at the bottom of the video, sanatanayogaacademy@gmail.com. Until I see you in the next video, thank you, have a wonderful day, and namaste. Thank you, folks.